everyone, and welcome to Archives Media. Over the past few days, we have taken a look at some of the best new titles coming to the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. And today we're finally taking a look at some of the best titles that are coming out to the Nintendo Switch in the next couple of years. Nintendo has always had a reputation of making hit games with unique concepts, and some of these titles on this list are no different. So here are our picks for the top 5 best and most anticipated Nintendo Switch games that are coming out in the next couple of years. Let's get into our list. Number 5, Super Mario Party. Since the release of the Nintendo Switch, Nintendo has done a pretty good job at bringing their major IPs to the console. Sure, no Animal Crossing yet, but already having staple games like Mario Kart, a 3D Mario platformer in Odyssey, and a core Zelda game, it makes sense that it's time for Nintendo to bring their classic party board game to the Nintendo Switch. The game's looking pretty promising too. Like, we can play as characters we haven't been able to play in the past, like Goomba, and there is some really unique ways to play with more than one Switch console, which is a really unique take on multi-screen multiplayer. Of course, we're still holding our breath for an online mode because the previous Wii U version of Mario Party did not have online, so hopefully moving forward Nintendo listened to the fans. Number 4, Bayonetta 3. Bayonetta 3 is finally on its way, and while we don't have a specific release window yet, we can't help but to be excited to see where this game goes. The game brings the classic hack and slash gameplay from the first two titles, and promises to make a game that is bigger, wittier, and tighter than ever. And honestly, fans can't wait. Even better, the announcement of this game back at the Game Awards also included the announcements of ports of the first two titles on the Nintendo Switch, so if you haven't already played a Bayonetta game, do yourself a favor and try out the ports in excitement for Bayonetta 3. Number 3, Metroid Prime 4. Back at E3 2017, Nintendo dropped the bombs on fans that Metroid Prime 4 was in early development. While we didn't expect a release anytime soon, surprisingly enough, we didn't get any information at all on it this year at E3. Either way, the Metroid Prime series is extremely well polished, and a lot of fans are still excited that Metroid is finally getting a new entry in the Prime series and not a weird reboot like Other M. And while the information is still scarce, we likely can expect more information on this title sometime at E3 2019, and maybe even see a release in late 2019 or early 2020. But to finally have a new entry in the Metroid Prime series will be well worth the wait. And here's to hoping we get a Metroid Prime trilogy remaster on the Nintendo Switch sometime before Metroid Prime 4 comes out, so both new players can give it a shot and old players can refresh themselves as to what happened in the first ones. Number 2, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee are the newest additions to the Pokemon franchise, and serve as a halfway spin-off, halfway main Pokemon game that aims to be able to bring in both more of a casual player base who tried out Pokemon Go when that initially came out, and also try to play a clever homage to the original Pokemon games and the original Pokemon fans. Pokemon Let's Go serves as a remake of Pokemon Special Pikachu Edition, or commonly called Pokemon Yellow from the Game Boy Color, and will feature the same story and standard battle mechanics that hardcore players know and love. And while the core game is going to be very similar to other Pokemon titles, the catching mechanics of this new Pokemon game are kind of revamped to be more in line with the catching mechanics found in Pokemon Go, which is the perfect opportunity to bridge the gap between experienced Pokemon players and new Pokemon players who are just trying to get their feet wet and understand how Pokemon works in a format that they're more familiar with. Even better, this will be the first Pokemon game to feature a co-op adventure, and we couldn't be more excited. Plus, the interactivity between Pokemon Let's Go and the Pokemon Go app seems somewhat cool at least, and it doesn't seem to be a required feature of the game. And knowing that there is a main Pokemon game coming out sometime the following year, lets us kinda go into this spin-off type game with a little bit of optimism. Number 1, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This game is the biggest game that fans had been waiting for pretty much since the Switch's initial announcement, and most fans are excited that we're getting a new Smash game so soon, considering Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U came out in 2014. Either way, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate serves as the newest Smash game in the series, built from the ground up, and aimed to serve as the definitive version of Smash so far. The game is going to be the first game since Smash Bros. Melee to feature every single character from previous titles, and seems to have an emphasis on streamlining all aspects of the gameplay to make the game as competitive as possible. While we don't have a lot of information on new characters just yet, the ones announced so far are well welcomed, such as Daisy, the Inklings from Splatoon, and finally Ripley from the Metroid series. The game franchise is known for being a powerhouse of Nintendo consoles, and we're optimistic that this game will be just as solid as the other titles. Well, that's our list. What Nintendo Switch game are you the most excited for in the future? Leave a comment in the comment section down below, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and be sure to subscribe and hit the bell because you're not going to want to miss these future uploads. Plus, check out these other videos we did on the Xbox One X and the PS4's upcoming games. We'll see you all next time.